I've generated over $100 million in Facebook advertising revenue for Shopify brands, and I've helped dozens of brands scale from 6 to multiple 6 and even 7 figures per month, and some go from 7 to multiple 7 figures per month. And what I'm going to teach you in this video is the underlying principles that allowed us to make the kinds of creative that get you results like these, that get your business from doing 1.3 to 2.6. And once you understand this, making ads will become like you can do it in your sleep, because what's difficult is this part of the process. And so many people are going to focus on tactics. They're focusing on formats. They're buying image template packs on Canva. They're watching YouTube videos, countless videos, trying to find what is the best performing format right now. Should I be making ugly ads? Should I copy my competitors? And honestly, you would save yourself so much time, and you will make so much more money with your brand if you just understand this one principle that I'm about to share with you in this video. And if you watch this video all the way from start to finish, you're going to be able to walk away understanding this principle, because it's not a crazy complex thing. It's just not a lot of people are leveraging this for whatever reason. And once you understand this, you can literally open up a second tab right now and start creating ads that I guarantee you will drive much better results than whatever you've got going on in your ad account. Because if your ads are as good as you thought they were, then you would be getting the results that you want to get. But for whatever reason, you're not. So a key change that you have to make is probably in your creative. So let's go ahead and get started. I literally got a fly in my eye as soon as I started talking. So now, how do you actually make creatives that generate you results and generate thousands, if not millions of dollars in advertising revenue? So you have to understand, at a very basic principle, the goal of the ad, this is your ad. This looks like crap, but bear with me. The goal of the ad is to what? The goal of the ad is to get people to your website. So you have your site here. I cannot, for the life of me, that is the first and last time I will ever draw on a YouTube video. I don't know how these dudes do it. That literally gave me like carpal tunnel. Anyways, the point of the ad is to get people to the website, but it's also responsible for the kinds of people that get to your website, because you don't want just any, Joe Schmo to go to your website. You want people that are interested in what you have to buy. You want people that are going to take action and buy your product. Otherwise, there's literally no point to doing this. And so what you have to focus on is whatever's going on here in the ad, okay? What you say to a person and how you say it will drastically impact the quality and the mind state that they're in when they get to their website. And you can either make that person more likely to buy or less likely to buy. So when you're creating an ad, every ad that I've ever created, well, I shouldn't say ever created, but every ad that I create now and that I've created to generate results like you see on screen starts and follows this process. I sit down on my computer. I think, okay, we need an ad. Where do I start? And the first place that we start is identifying what is called the desire. Okay. In other words, what do people want? So many people, it blows my mind. So many people have no idea what their customers actually want. And people go, they want my product. That's why they're coming to the website, because they want my product. It's like, no. They don't want your product. They want what they think the product will give them. Just like how you probably don't give a shit about some random dude talking in his living room about how he makes ads that generate millions of dollars. What you care about is, how can I watch this video, or what will I get out of this video that will allow me to unlock the next level of scale in my business and make more money from my business? That's what you ultimately care about. So what you have to figure out is, and you have to nail down, what do people want? Super duper simple, okay? And there's all kinds of things that people could want for your product. And Eugene Schwartz, one of the godfathers of advertising, refers to this as a mass desire. And there's multiple mass desires that a product solves. For example, if we take the example of a car, people want cars for different reasons. Some people want cars to get from point A to point B. Some people want cars to impress women. Some people want cars to go fast. So multiple different desires that people have when they buy a car. And so what you need to do is figure out, what do people actually want in buying your product? Because if you can figure out what people want, and you can figure out a way to communicate to them in the scope of an ad that they can achieve what they want through your product, they'll go buy your product. And if they believe they can achieve that result, they'll go buy their product. Like, if I could show you irrefutable evidence that I could take your business from $100K a month to $1 million a month in the next month, and all you have to do is click one button and it happened instantly, and I could prove it, you take it right away. Why? Because you can see and you've seen your desire being fulfilled, and there's irrefutable evidence that it is being fulfilled. But it all starts with the desire and figuring out what people want, because you're not going to be able to market to people if you don't understand what it is they want in the first place. So understand and identify what is the desire. Okay. Then from there, you're going to do and analyze what is the awareness level. Okay. And what the awareness level refers to is, imagine that your market exists on this really big spectrum. Okay. Imagine this line represents your total addressable market. I don't know why I chose brown for this because it looks literally like shit. But imagine this is your total addressable market. Okay. And what awareness levels state is that within your total addressable market, people are more aware about your product and what it does. And then you have people who are less aware about your product and what it does. So on this side, you've got people who are unaware, right? Who are just completely unaware. And then you have people who are most aware. These are the people that know exactly who you are, what you sell, what it does, and what problems your product fulfills. Okay. And what you have to do is, once you've identified the desire, or in other words, what do people want, next you have to align your creative with specific awareness levels to make sure you're meeting your customers exactly where they are. So what I mean by that is, if someone is aware that they have a problem, but they're not yet aware that there's any solutions to the problem, then showing them an ad for 70% off or free shipping offer that you have running on your site is not going to convince them to buy. Why? They don't even know that they need a solution to their problem yet. They don't even know about the other solutions. So you have a misalignment between where the customer's awareness is about your product and the message that you're showing them. Okay. And every awareness level, let's see if I'm pretty sure I have this somewhere here. Okay, wait, let me pause the video. I just grabbed a very quick diagram that explains awareness in a much more eloquent way and a more logical way than I ever could. But essentially what the awareness level is how much do they know about your product? And it's the stage of customer understanding. And this tells you where to start the conversation. So I'm going to walk through the example. So once I've identified the overarching desire that your product fulfills, right? Now we're going to walk through awareness levels. So let's use the example of someone who is trying to lose weight. Okay. And there's 5 stages of awareness. We have unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. So in an unaware state, they're not even thinking about the problem. So imagine someone who is overweight. Let's just use a weight loss example. They're overweight, right? You have people that are overweight that don't know what the problem is as to why they're overweight. They don't know that calories in versus calories out. They don't know that if you eat more calories than you burn, then you end up in a caloric surplus. They don't know that all the sodas that they're drinking have sugar in them. So they have no clue that there even is a problem, right? Then you move down the funnel and you have people who are problem aware. You have people who know that they're in pain. They know they're overweight, but they're not yet sure how to solve that, right? They don't yet know how to count calories. They don't know how to pick diet soda versus regular soda. They don't know how to get up in the morning and do exercise and track all their macros. They have no idea how to do that, but they know they have a problem. Then you move into solution aware. So these are people who know that they have a problem. They know there are solutions, but they don't yet know about our product, or if we were selling a weight loss product, they don't yet know why they should buy our $99 fitness program as opposed to a Bowflex machine. Or do they even still make Bowflex machines? Or like a Peloton or whatever the newest like at-home fitness thing is. Okay, then you have people who are product aware, meaning they know what our product is. They know about our $99 fitness program, but they're not yet convinced that our program is the actual solution that they should buy. And then lastly, you have people who are most aware. So these are the people that they know about our program. They know they want the program. They don't need, or what they need is a reason to act now. So a reason not to procrastinate. So for example, you could use a messaging like, buy our $99 fitness program, but get it today now, because if you do, you're going to get 70% off plus 3 free bonuses, and we're going to throw in some free pre-workout as well. So understanding awareness levels is very important, because you can't create a most aware message. You can't show 70% off of your fitness program to someone who's problem aware or unaware or even solution aware, because they don't have the sufficient information to understand and actually resonate with your ad. Someone who doesn't even know yet that they have a problem being overweight is not going to care or resonate, or in other words, take action and ultimately buy a $99 fitness program, even if it is 70% off, because they don't even know that being overweight is bad yet. Okay. So you need to understand your market's awareness level. And then from there, you need to understand your market's sophistication, okay? And market sophistication essentially refers to, okay, the saturation of the market. How many products like yours have made similar claims, and how resistant is the audience to this as a result? I like to think of sophistication as basically people's BS meters. How high, or we should say how sensitive are people's BS meters? A very good example is in the marketing or make money online space, or in the agency space, marketing agency space. How many times do you think Shopify brands have heard that if they work with this one agency, they're gonna scale to the moon? How many times do you think they've heard that? And how many of these brands do you think have been burned by agencies who have said that and ultimately failed to deliver on that promise? And so when you have a saturated market, you have multiple products and multiple offers of people all saying the same stuff and all failing to deliver, you end up with an audience that becomes increasingly sensitive to bullshit. And when they're increasingly sensitive to bullshit, then you need to change the way you package your claims in order to actually differentiate and cut through the noise and elicit a different response, okay? And the example that I use for this is to imagine, I'm gonna move this here really quick, is to imagine I present you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options, okay? Lose 10 pounds in 30 days, lose 10 pounds in 30 days. And if I asked you, okay, go ahead and click on one and tell me your thought process. You'd probably be like, I don't know, they all look the same. And exactly, they all look the same. So what market sophistication basically tells you is that in order to actually stand out from your competitors who are making similar claims as you, then you need to alter the way in which you present your message to the market, either through embellishment, through storytelling, or introducing totally brand new mechanisms and claims. So in this example, everyone in this weight loss category is saying to lose 10 pounds in 30 days. If I was in the weight loss category, I would figure out a way to present my messaging like this. Instead of 10 pounds in 30 days, lose 5 pounds in 7 days without crash diets or exercising 5 hours a day. Okay. Now I've presented my audience with something that actually looks different than the original claim. It literally is different. And so when you have something that looks like this in a sea of claims that everyone else is using, you're going to stand out by default. It's literally impossible not to stand out because you're not saying the same shit as everyone else. So that's sophistication stage. And I will tell you right now, most of your audience or most of the people watching this video are in a stage 4 market. Stage 4 market meaning, let's zoom back out. Okay. Stage 4 market essentially means that all the claims about your product have already been said before. So you need to focus on finding the best performing claims or the things that people love about your product the most and figure out ways to either dramatize the mechanism, embellish the mechanism, or present the mechanism through a compelling story. There are exceptions to the rule of brands that are in lower sophistication stages. Those are typically brands that really have unique first to market products. But if you're selling like a CPG, like a coffee alternative, or if you're selling clothing, the majority of you guys are going to fall into stage 4. Okay. So once you identify the sophistication stage, at this point, you should have the desire, the awareness level, and sophistication. Next comes the angle. Okay. And the angle is basically the strategic lens through which we view the creative and how we present everything that we've just talked about to the customer. Okay, so it's really focused on how we frame the problem, the product, and the story to make people stop scrolling. So for example, if we take like a health and wellness product for someone with, pain in the knees, right? If we wanted to get someone to buy a product for knee pain, let's say some knee patches. Well, there's people that will get hooked in by different stuff, right? For different reasons. So one person might resonate with hearing about a story of a friend who found this thing scrolling on Facebook and then decided to give it a try, and lo and behold, it worked. Another person might resonate more with an authority-based angle where we're leveraging an actual doctor who's speaking to the efficacy of a product. Another person might resonate with the fact that they want to avoid knee surgery at all costs, and they can do so now with this natural herbal remedy. So there's multiple different reasons and different ways to frame your ad and to frame the product that changes the positioning of it in the market so you can resonate with people who value and care about different things. Because not everybody cares about, for example, avoiding knee surgery, and not everybody cares about all natural Eastern medicine remedies. So you need to create specific angles, and that's why you have to test multiple different angles in order to resonate with as many people in your audience as possible. Okay, so once you have this down, this is all you need to build ads. As long as you have this, okay, desire, awareness level, sophistication, and angle, you can build literally an infinite number of ads. Like you will never run out of ad ideas. And AI has made this, the capacity to never run out of ads that much more evident and more real, because you can literally just cycle and rinse and repeat through multiple desires, multiple awareness levels, multiple angles. And I'll even show you inside of ChatGPT. I was just doing an example of this for my community and course members. Okay. So if I were you, and this is some actionable advice of what you can do, right? So I asked ChatGPT, I gave it some deep research about my product, and I asked it to extrapolate, give me 10 mass desires. Okay. As you can see, the desire to stay mobile and independent, the desire to avoid knee surgery, the desire to feel like themselves again, the desire to find something that actually works. You get the point. We have 10 core desires. Okay. Then from these core desires, okay, we ask it what the awareness level and the market sophistication is. So we have our awareness level. Majority of our audience for something like this is going to be problem aware, some solution aware. And then our market sophistication is stage 4. Stands to say pain relief is a very saturated niche. So now we have our desire. I'm trying to show you how this compounds and builds. Once you have the desire, the awareness level, and the sophistication stage, next we need to come up with some angles. So we're constantly just feeding this back into ChatGPT. I say, here's my desire. What's my awareness level? What's my sophistication stage? Here's my desire, awareness, sophistication. What is my, give me 10 unique marketing angles, okay? Then from there, here are the 10 angles. We have, I almost went under the knife story angle, post-surgery regret angle. The doctor said it was my only option. Before you say yes to surgery. Notice how all of these different stories and frameworks are speaking to different kinds of people. You have an angle for people right before surgery. You have an angle for people who have already had surgery. You have an angle of people who want to avoid pills and needles. I like this one, the don't get scammed redemption angle. And I wasn't actually satisfied with these, so I was like, give me 5 more. I thought I was out of options. The only thing that actually helped, people who value cost. So you have all these different angles. And then once you get the angles, now you can put it into a document like this. Okay. Okay. Document like this. And you literally just map it out for every single creative that you make. Desire, awareness level, sophistication stage, the angle. And then you can now come up with hooks. You can do this inside of ChatGPT, or you can also do it inside of Claude. Now, personally, I think Claude just crushes ChatGPT when it comes to hook generation, but this is it. This is the workflow. I literally just copy pasted all of this. And now I say, come up with 10 Facebook ad hooks for this angle for a highly engaging Facebook video ad script. Look at these hooks. Doctor scheduled my knee surgery next month until this herbal patch gave me relief. Look at it. My orthopedic surgeon was shocked when I canceled my knee surgery after wearing this natural patch for 1 week. This one was my favorite. I remember reading this and I literally laughed. My doctor's exact words: I don't understand how your knee improved without surgery. The answer: this natural patch worn for just 7 days. So what you then do is you take these hooks, and now you have like anywhere from 3 to 5 hook variations for this particular angle, which is going after these desires, awareness, and sophistication. That's it. And you just rinse and repeat this process. Now you take this, you bring it into production, you write the rest of the script. You can also, like in this example, I came up with 10 image concepts, and you can literally create these in ChatGPT. Think about that. You can literally come up with image concepts that completely align with these 4 things. And then you can use the AI to generate them. Marketing is on easy mode in 2025. It's so easy. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's so easy, but it's a lot easier than it used to be, or just the amount of tools that we have at our disposal as marketers is just, it's at a level where it's never been before. And I think most people would agree with that. Okay. And this is how I build every single ad. I have my desire, I have my awareness level. So I know exactly who I'm speaking to, the exact message that I'm using, and the exact hook that I'm using. So if I bring this into production and I test this ad, guess what? If it works, I know exactly why. And that is what allows you to generate results like these. When you have consistent feedback loops that tell you when you insert a certain creative into the account, what is working and why, it's game over. It's game over. You can scale infinite. You can scale infinite. So that is going to do it, guys, for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content as always. Again, this is probably one of the most foundational videos and probably one of the only videos you'll ever need to see on creative. And trust me, you don't need to watch a top 3 ad formats in 2025 video. You just need to understand the basics, the foundational principles that underline creative and marketing. And once you understand that, you can do whatever fucking format you want. You can do an ugly, like, what the format doesn't matter. It's not how you design the ad or the effects you use or the type of creator you have or the Canva template pack that you use. It's what you're saying and how you're saying it. That is what matters. As long as that is dialed in, it does not matter what format it's in. You can get the format wrong, but you can't get this wrong. You have to get this right. Every winning ad gets this right. All right, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Sorry I got a little preachy in this video, but I'm very passionate about this topic, as you can tell. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because I always I'm putting out a video every single day on this channel. So I appreciate the love and all the feedback on the channel as of late. If you are currently a Shopify brand that's doing at least $100K a month and you want to scale to $1 million a month, then book a call with me in the first link in the description. We'll jump on a 30-minute call. I'll ask you a couple of questions, see if you want to work together, and if not, you can go about your day. Anyways, that's it for now. Peace.